Welcome back to the Summer Rain channel. Today we're making a do-it-yourself color block soap, which is 3 different colors of melt and pour soap that are layered at an angle to create the look that you see here. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. I do post a new video every week. Let's make our soap. So what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and cut up all your soap. I try to cut it in kind of consistent sizes, but it doesn't always work out that way. Aim for about a 1-inch size cube. But if you cut it a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, it is fine. It will melt in the microwave. For the color block soap, you're going to need 3 different containers of soap. Soap 1 is a blue pearl soap. Soap 2 is going to be a peacock blue. And then for soap 3, we're going to do a pearly white. What I do is I put equal parts of soap into soap 1 and soap 2. That's for the 2 sides. And then for the middle, I just put just a wee little bit more to make sure that we completely fill the bottom of our mold. Let's go ahead and make our color block soap. What we're going to need to make our soap is we're going to need our silicone mold. This one has 6 different bars, but I'm only going to be making 1 soap today. And then you're also going to need something to prop the mold up on to give it an angle, and that's how we get our color blocking. I'm just using a soap tin, but you can feel free to use anything that you have. Literally, it's just being used to go ahead and prop up our mold. So we just put the corner of your mold on there, and then when you pour the soap in, it's going to fill it to one side. So what you want to do is go ahead, grab yourself a microwave safe container, pop your first soap base in there, and then we're going to go ahead and pop this in the microwave. I normally pop it in for like 10 to 15 seconds because I am only making 1 bar of soap. I just went ahead and pulled our soap base out of the microwave, and as you can see, the soap is fully melted. I'm going to go ahead and add our fragrance. Now the cool thing about making this type of soap is you can actually add a different fragrance for each color if you'd like. And then I'm going to go ahead and add our color. This one is our blue pearl. And then I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up. And then go ahead and grab our soap mold and our tin. Get that propped up there. And then we'll go ahead and we're going to pour our soap. And then you're going to go ahead and spray it with rubbing alcohol. And that's to pop any bubbles that might be there. We're going to go ahead and let this cool for about 10 minutes. So it's been about 10 minutes. The top of my soap is pretty hard, but it's not all the way cooled. So what I'm going to do is start preparing my next layer. Take our next thing of melt and pour soap, pop it into a heat safe container. We're going to pop this in the microwave for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then I'll be right back. Now that our melt and pour is fully melted, go ahead, add the mica powder, and then at the same time I'm going to add our fragrance. Now the color that I'm using in this one is the peacock blue, so we'll go ahead and mix that up. So now what we want to do is go ahead and pull out the tin from underneath our mold. And then we're just going to put it on the other side. Now you're going to spray this layer with your rubbing alcohol. And then we'll go ahead and pour our next layer of soap. And then we'll spray it with rubbing alcohol to get rid of any bubbles. Now we'll allow this to cool for about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back. I let this sit for about 10 minutes. As you can tell, it's starting to harden, but it's not all the way cooled. So we're going to go ahead and get our next soap ready. We're going to take our next little bit of melt and pour soap, put it in our heat safe container. And we're going to go ahead and pop this in the microwave for 15 to 20 seconds until it's fully melted. We're going to go ahead and add our mica powder. At the same time, go ahead and add our fragrance oil. And then give it a good mix. So we have our mold at this angle. What we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and pull out the tin, allow it to lay completely flat. What you're going to do is go ahead and spray the layer with rubbing alcohol. And now we'll go ahead and pour our last layer of melt and pour soap. And then spray it with rubbing alcohol to get rid of the bubbles. And we'll allow this to cool completely. When it had allowed this to cool completely, we're just going to go ahead and remove our soap from the mold. We did have just a little bit where it poured over the mold, easy enough to fix. What we're going to do is just come in with a knife. And we can just cut that part off. And there is your color block soap. I hope you enjoyed the video.